Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for choosing to be part of our show. Ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi Gachagua is a politician who has attracted both friends and foes in equal measures. And when the political history of Kenya shall be written, Rigathi Gachagua will remain in those history books. Some people think that Rigathi Gachagua will remain in the history books as the most reckless deputy president that Kenya ever had, while others feel that Rigathi will go down in the annals of history as the most truthful politician that Kenya has ever had, depending on which side you're looking at him. But Rigathi Gachagua is a man who has weathered very many storms to be where he is, and he still has a long way to go. First, when the UDA brigade was given a chance to give William Ruto a running mate in 2022, we were informed that Rigathi Gachagua was never the first choice. In fact, that seat went overwhelmingly to Kithure Kindiki, who is the cabinet secretary in the Ministry of Interior. But for some reasons that William Ruto described as a man, he described Gachagua as a man who knows how to mobilize, and some people are saying that he had a lot of money to help in the campaigns. Whichever reason, Rigathi Gachagua was selected by William Ruto as the running mate. Then came the question of how they were going to work together, because both of them are very active. There are people who are go-getters. And we were coming from a very bad history where William Ruto had publicly fallen out with his predecessor, Uhuru Kenyatta. People were wondering how they were going to work. On this, Rigathi Gachagua answered that as a DO, in his career as a former DO, he had only learned to say yes, sir. And so he had assured the nation that they were going to work together. During the inauguration ceremony, in front of all the dignitaries, Rigathi Gachagua, either as a truthful man or as a reckless politician, he did not spare Uhuru Kenyatta, and he spilled the beans. Many experts felt that Rigathi Gachagua, it was very unnecessary for him to start attacking Uhuru on an occasion where guests had been invited and Uhuru was there to hand over power peacefully in accordance with the constitution, despite the fact that his choice was never declared a president. But Rigathi has defended his position that he's a truthful man and he will not hide anything. To date, Rigathi Gachagua has maintained that this is a government of shareholders, and those who did not vote for William Ruto should wait or not expect any share of the national cake. And he does not care, he does not regret. We all know Rigathi Gachagua is a man who does not mince words, and he has projected himself as the ultimate Mount Kenya kingpin and sole spokesperson. When people went for demonstrations, they went and attacked Uhuru Kenyatta, accusing him of the man who was sponsoring demonstrations to sabotage their hard-won victory. He has accused him of sending DCI when he was the Madeira Member of Parliament to frustrate him to stop his allegiance to William Samoei Ruto. In fact, you all know that illicit brew has become a national disaster just because it was affecting Mount Kenya. And you know that when the Nairobi governor wanted to evacuate the long distance vehicles from the CBD, Rigathi said no to it, and he didn't mince his words. And so that is Rigathi Gachagua. Within the UDA and Kenya Kwanza, Rigathi has faced several opposition. One, we were told that Ndindi Nyoro, because we have seen this Ndindi Nyoro saying, and some of the Ndindi Nyoro allies from Murang'a are saying that it is time for Murang'a to produce a candidate, and they're saying that come 2027, William Ruto must go with someone from Murang'a. And experts feel that William Ruto has intentionally created two centers of power to tame Rigathi Gachagua. When they were approaching the UDA grassroots elections, Rigathi was not spared. There were proposals that they would have 3 deputy party leaders, something that Rigathi did not go down well with Rigathi Gachagua, and he didn't mean it was. If it was not Rigathi opposing it directly, he would send the Nyeri governor and the Nyeri senator to confront William Ruto, because Rigathi wants to remain as a man who is playing the loyalty card. And when they heard that there were proposals to install now two more other deputy party leaders within the UDA, they opposed it vehemently, because they've argued that they are part and parcel of the people who formed UDA. And people were waiting to see just how things would transpire. But Standard is the Standard is reporting something that I want us to look at. That there's a win for Rigathi Gachagua as call for 3 deputy party leaders rejected. Then it continues to say that Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has strengthened his grip on the United Democratic Alliance Party after the National Executive Committee (NEC) amended the party constitution to create a single post of deputy party leader instead of 3. A section of the party members has been pushing for the creation of 3 deputy party leaders positions. The change approved by UDA party boss President William Ruto is a big win for Rigathi Gachagua. The provision in the party constitution had earlier caused jitters, especially among Gachagua lieutenants who felt the intention was to weaken his influence. The 3 positions would include deputy party leader in charge of policy and strategy, deputy party leader for operations, and deputy party leader in charge of programs. So those were the positions that they wanted to create. However, in a Friday National Executive meeting chaired by President Ruto, the party agreed to approve changes where the creation of a single office of a deputy party leader with the 2 assistant deputy party leaders was made. So you can see that he thwarted the attempts to share power. And then it says, we have had a National Executive Committee meeting led and chaired by our party leader, President Ruto, and we have agreed and changed our party constitution, said the Secretary General Malala. The national governing structure of the UDA has changed. We will have 1 party leader, our President William Ruto, a deputy party leader, who is our Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, and we have created 2 assistant deputy party leaders who will assist Gachagua as deputy party leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to read further, but I want you to note that there had been attempts to create 2 more deputy party leaders, and Rigathi Gachagua did not like this, and the people, his lieutenants, felt that there were attempts to ensure that they tamed Rigathi Gachagua. In fact, there were allegations that Mudavadi, who's the chief minister, was to fold his party so that he was to become one of the deputy party leaders. But this is now a big blow to Mudavadi, a big blow to William Samoei Ruto. Now, we all know that it was William Ruto himself who had crafted all these plans to ensure that Rigathi Gachagua shared power with 2 other deputy party leaders. Many people have described William Ruto as a very crafty man, very cunning, and a political genius, having learned from the late President Moi, worked very closely with Kibaki, worked with the Uhuru Kenyatta, and he has learned largely from Raila Amolo Odinga. But for Rigathi Gachagua to thwart his attempts to tame him in the party is something that is a big win for Rigathi Gachagua, because you've seen the way William Ruto plays his politics. It seems that Rigathi Gachagua is the man that has become a thorn in the flesh in Ruto's government and in the way William Ruto wants to operate. Rigathi learned very closely from William Ruto, and you saw the way William Ruto was conducting himself when they were with Uhuru Kenyatta. And Rigathi knows very well that power is given, power is taken, it is not given, and is not going to wait for it. What exactly does it mean, ladies and gentlemen? Number one, this is a very big blow to Musele Mudavadi because his name has featured as the man who is a darling to William Samoei Ruto, and many people think that William Ruto has been courting Musele Mudavadi. In fact, it was said that he was to fold his party and he was to become one of the party leaders. Now, what is left for him, if at all he has to fold his party, is that he will become an assistant deputy party leader because Rigathi has refused. And for you to see William Ruto, taking humble pie, it means there was a lot of pressure, and William Ruto knows very well that Rigathi is not a pushover. So this is a very big blow to Rigathi to Musalia Mudavadi. It is also a big blow to Ndindi Nyoro, this young man who people thought that he maybe is poised to replace Rigathi Gachagua. It seems that Rigathi has decided to entrench himself in Mount Kenya. And the influence and the power that he has prompted William Ruto to reverse that very decision that I believe William Ruto himself started. Number two, Rigathi Gachagua is still going to be a force to reckon with come 2027. There have been allegations that maybe William Ruto might decide to replace him, maybe take someone, just maybe some people are even alleging that William Ruto could even, fetch further and take Gladys Wanga. He could take Musalia Mudavadi. He could take Ndindi Nyoro. But the way things are moving and from the way Rigathi Gachagua has conducted himself and William Ruto has been forced to lie low, it means that William Ruto will have no choice but to go with Rigathi Gachagua. Because this is not the first time we've seen Rigathi Gachagua make decisions that William Ruto has to conform with. When they were to conduct the UDA grassroots elections, Rigathi Gachagua is the one who refused. Their differences. There were two camps. Rigathi created two camps, his camp and that of William Samoei Ruto. It forced the UDA elections to be postponed. And this tells you that even if William Ruto thought that it would be a walk in the park to deal with Rigathi Gachagua, it is not going to be very easy, and he might be forced to go with Rigathi Gachagua in 2027 because this is definitely something that we can see. In 2032, if this is the kind of game that Rigathi Gachagua is going to play, then I can assure you, Rigathi is also will still remain a force to reckon with in 2032 as people will usher in post Raila and Ruto because Raila will be very vigilant and active if God gives him that strength at most up to 2032. And if William Ruto would be lucky to get his second term, he will have no any other influence after he's gone. So as people will be ushering in post William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga, Rigathi will remain there because he has made it very clear that after William Ruto, he wants to become the president. There are, young leaders who are also wrestling this power. People like Ndindi Nyoro, Murkomen, Sakaja. When you look at the Azimio side, we have people like Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna. We have quite youthful team, and people have argued that Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo and Mudavadi will find it very rough because these young people will not give them a chance. But Rigathi is a go-getter, and if he remains to be a deputy party leader, because they had amended their constitution so that a deputy president be automatically, if UDA will win, that person becomes the automatic deputy party leader. So this tells you that Rigathi Gachagua is not a walkover. When it comes to Mount Kenya politics, he's trying as much as he can to remain the Mount Kenya kingpin. That's why he has always invited the former president Uhuru Kenyatta so that they can unite together, even though it is not very easy. Uhuru has remained adamant and stubborn. He does not want to join Rigathi Gachagua. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this move? Because Ruto is a very tough man. But Rigathi Gachagua has stood and remained firm so much that William Ruto had to take humble pie and to follow his demands. It tells you something that just like William Ruto became stubborn in the Uhuru government, he has met his match. And that curse, Uhuru curse, is on him because Rigathi Gachagua is not giving him any space. Rigathi Gachagua is not giving any chances. In fact, wait, if at all William Ruto will win by hook or crook, whatever it is, if at all he gets to the second term, that is when we will see the full explosion of their relationship. And Rigathi Gachagua knows very well and is preparing for it. I don't know what you think, but that is my take.